Alright, before you folks who tend to take things out of context get super mad about that rebel battle flag in the background, let me just explain something. It's got nothing to do with hate or racism or anything like that. I'm just a military history enthusiast. That's why you'll notice, other than the rebel battle flag, I've also got the flag of South Vietnam. And then above the shelves, you'll see what's actually a battle map of the Korean War. And you can't see it right here, but next to me is a giant bookshelf just full of military history. So chill out, all right? There's nothing bad intended about the Confederate flag. I myself am biracial, so if I can chill about it, so can you. Anyway, I'm Zach Foster, finally back with another message. I've definitely been absent a long time, but I've had some personal things to work out, in my own life as well as in the liberty movement, revolution. I think all of us are still reeling from that gigantic falcon punch that was the 2012 election cycle. Not just what happened to Ron, but so many other liberty candidates, including a bunch of friends that I campaigned for. It seems like every freaking campaign between April of 2011 and then the bitter end, November 2012, that I ended up working on just got falcon punched. But we're still here. Life goes on, and the liberty movement's not going to stop on this account. One of the reasons why I haven't made a video in the longest time is because I've been emotionally recovering from a pretty soul-crushing breakup, I'm not going to lie. For those of you who read my blog, Zach Foster Rants, you'll see in the New Year's post that, it's kind of got me down for a while, but, here I am, I'm back, just like the setbacks in the liberty movement, I can't let that personal setback stop me, stop my career, stop what I'm doing with all of you guys, together as brother and sisters. So I do apologize for my absence, but you know, we're ready to keep working. And the title of this message is, other than the RANDwagon, is also the revolution is still about love. Now let me explain this. If you'll notice the video I made back in August, I was, totally, in this relationship with this girl and, completely in love and just dazed and starstruck and da 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 da, and talking about, all the reasons why I'm in the Ron Paul Revolution. And, a lot of them revolved around this family that I was prepared to take on as my own. She was a wonderful woman and they were wonderful kids. Unfortunately it didn't work out, but the revolution is absolutely still about love. Because even though we're not together, I still bear her no ill will. I miss her, I miss her children, and I still want her and her children and all other people like her to have better opportunities than what we're living in. She's still in a difficult economic situation. So am I. We're both lucky to be alive, frankly. But when I tell you that the revolution is still about love, I mean this peaceful revolution that is the liberty movement is very much about our love for fellow human beings. It's the whole libertarian notion of charity by choice. And when I fight to bring a better economy and better situations for the entire country, more maximum liberty, et cetera, et cetera, the other sweet laundry list that Ron and Rand Paul have been talking about, I quite literally have individual people's faces in mind when I fight for these things. I want to be able to end the Fed. I want to put an end to the boom bust cycle. I don't want money to be inflated. I want dollars to be worth something. I want the free market to take initiative and drive prices down for health care and for dental care and college tuition. I want those prices to go down because sooner or later those kids are going to grow up. I want there to be plenty of jobs for them to choose from when they're teenagers so they can build up their skills instead of turning 18 and being unemployed like I was. I want them to be able to save money and for it to actually garner some interest in the bank instead of the banks failing. I want to have a foreign policy of peace for our country just in case they choose to join the army for the GI Bill or the housing benefits. I don't want these wonderful boys to ever go to war. I don't want to lose these boys like I've lost other friends. That's what I mean when the revolution is still about love. So let me repeat, even though this breakup certainly has been disheartening, just like Ron not being president, you know, I bear her no ill will. It was wonderful while it lasted. I'm sorry it couldn't go on longer, but I had my issues and she had more issues than a Manhattan newsstand. Let's leave it at that. Anyway, it's still about liberty. We're still in the fight. And I am incredibly pleased at the leadership role Rand has really been taking in the liberty movement. When he did that filibuster for 13 freaking hours, I'm not going to lie, I was absolutely excited. And now I'm even more pleased to see that the neoconservatives who already liked him because unlike his father Ron, Rand actually knows how to shut up when it's appropriate. They like him even more. Of course, they see it as him just standing up to Obama, whereas we see it genuinely as him standing up for our rights. And I also see all the unaligned and the hardcore capital L libertarians finally stop hating him as a whole. I mean, I've heard within the liberty movement, wonderful people that I campaigned with for Ron talk about Rand is a piece of crap. I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. All kinds of horrifying things. And now they're finally turning around their bad attitude and they're supporting Rand. And I think both the Republican Party and the Libertarian parties are going to be able to unite behind Rand. And then a lot of the independents and the Democrats that united for Ron are going to join Rand. They're jumping on the Rand wagon. And even though it's kind of annoying that the neocons are all of a sudden just jumping on the RANDwagon, and even the libertarian hardcore capitals, who are hating on him right now, jumping on the RANDwagon, while that might be annoying because we might consider them as Johnny come latelys, we need to be absolutely polite to them. We need to be warm to them. We need to be brothers to them. And even for the leftists and the neoconservatives who are not, 100% convinced, who maybe still oppose Rand, we need to be absolutely warm and brotherly to them too. If we consider ourselves as having been awakened, then intellectually they're still asleep. And by no means should we be smug with them. By no means should we troll them or get trolled by them in stupid internet debates that are just a waste of time. We need to be able to rationally and calmly explain our positions. And we also need to, as I said, welcome them as brothers because we need to show them love. The revolution is about love, not just love for the people we care about, but also love for all the wonderful allies that we could potentially make in this movement. I mean, if we want to have, if we want to bring our society to be one step closer to that awesome libertarian society where people cooperate voluntarily and everybody's at peace, then we need to actually practice peace with our brothers and sisters who disagree with us. We need to do this with a calm temperament, with compassion, with an open mind, and most importantly, with warmth. We need to let them know that there is lots of room for them in this big tent. I'm not talking about the big tent of the Republican Party in the 80s and 90s, which was really just a small tent for the friends of the RNC. This is a growing movement. It's starting to become an international movement. I am very excited to be a part of it. So when I say the revolution is still about love, you'd better believe it. Signing off for now, but thank you so much for coming back and listening to me. I'm Zach Foster, and I'll see you next time.